Hey guys, what's up? Zelman's here. So there's something on my mind that's just been bugging me a lot lately, and I feel like this season is, even worse in terms of this. And going into ranked, I try my best to have a good mentality. I try my best to, always go in like, okay, I'm gonna, play support. That's my best role. I'm gonna, I already know my runes and masteries. I got everything set up, and I'm good to try hard and ranked. But that honestly doesn't translate to any elo other than high diamond, because before last split I was floating around 88 or 80 points. The highest I got last season was 88 points in Diamond 1, and when I actually got to that elo, I could support, I could play these roles, and I could, count on my teammates to, be trying, know what to do, move to dragons, move to objectives, yada yada yada. And obviously solo queue isn't the best place to get, the best team experience, but it really bugs me that it isn't. It really bugs me that it doesn't start in solo queue. It bugs me so much that I actually, I mean a lot of people, I get furious. I hate League of Legends most of the time in solo queue. If I'm being perfectly honest, I hate solo queue, and it makes League of Legends a really unfun experience. And the reason being is because it's as League's grown into this behemoth esports, giant, most popular game in the history of games ever. Obviously, there's going to be a lot of people, and when you have a lot of people playing in a game, you get a lot of, you get all sorts of characters, from good players to moderate players to people who don't try, who people don't really give a fuck, and they just want to troll around. But I just don't understand how you can still have that mindset in ranked and actually climb elo, because I'm literally, and you guys can say I'm shit, you can say I'm bad, you can say whatever, but I try so very hard in ranked every single, literally I wake up, all I do is wake up, stream, play ranked to the best of my ability, and try to gain as much elo as possible. But the people coming in, just for an instance of today, my first pick went Vi, right? And she says, okay, how do I jungle Vi? What are the runes and masteries? What am I supposed to be playing? What do I even do? And it's like right there. Not only do you set the tone for the rest of your team that, okay, now our jungler doesn't know what the fuck they're doing. It's like now you have a player that's inexperienced in a role, joining ranked, trying to try something out. And honestly, I cannot stand that mindset. That mindset, honestly, it makes me tilt. It makes me not try as hard in ranked, and I don't want to be feeling like that. I don't want to be feeling like I don't want to try and ranked, because isn't that supposed to be the place where we try? Isn't rank supposed to be the end all be all of, the first start of competitive League of Legends? I know five people say fives is that, but the fives ladder isn't as booming and flourishing as as I would like. So my problem with solo queue is, why does it seem like it's cool, like it's the in thing to do, to be an asshole? Why does it seem like that's what's popular right now? It's like, well, I just got home from work, I got out of school, what am I gonna do today? I'm gonna ruin a bunch of people's day in ranked. I'm gonna call this guy a fucking loser. I'm gonna pick champions that don't know how to play. I'm gonna generally just be an asshole. And I find this is really not an uncommon thing. And even the people who are even lower elo, right now I'm Diamond 3. I've been getting close to Diamond 2. I'm struggling, not gonna lie. But even when I talk to my chat, when I stream, they're like, yeah, dude, it's like obviously like terrible down here. And that's, I'm not saying it's acceptable at the bronze 5 elo range to troll and to be bad and to play all this random shit, but there's so many more variables at the bronze elo. Like, most people don't play as much down there, most people don't have as many champions, most people don't have as many runes, most people don't, there's all these things and experiences that bronze players lack. But when I'm getting up into the middle of diamond, and as I'm going up, and if I'm last pick and my first pick is saying that he doesn't know what he's doing, it's it's like the most demotivating thing that can possibly happen. And I honestly don't understand how Riot can sit there and honestly let this happen every single season, it seems like. And you know, I make all these whiny vlogs, and people say I like to QQ and shit like that, but it's the truth. I mean, you have these fuckwads that just purposely go into ranked, and it's not, you know, it's not okay. It really isn't. If you think it's okay to go into ranked, that, you know, the supposed to be, or you know, the ideal try hard area on champions that I don't know, without the proper everything, in the diamond level, I honestly think these people should just be fucking banned. They should be eliminated. They shouldn't be allowed to play. You honestly shouldn't. I want Riot to start fucking banning triple the amount of people. Honestly, because honestly right now ranked is a fucking joke. It really truly is. And it's unplayable for the vast majority of the League of Legends community. And obviously there's challenger players who are incredibly mechanically skilled, and honestly I'd honestly say from like Diamond 1 up, the people who are there for the most part belong there. They are very skilled individuals. They're, you know, obviously you know, put a lot of work in, they put a lot of time into League of Legends, and they are that good and they deserve to be there. But I honestly feel like from like Bronze 5 to like low Diamond 1, it's a fucking, I don't even know what it is, but it's not correct. The system is not fucking working. Like just today I had I lost to a Katarina support, which is in a diamond game. Could you imagine, like, obviously this is maybe a bad analogy, but like even the competitive, even like the lower, like the NESL, or you know, the lower tier challenger teams, could you imagine if someone picked Katarina support? It would be an absolute blowout, one-sided win, because Katarina support on paper and in, you know, in theory actually makes no sense. It literally makes no sense. And in my Diamond 3 game, when I was, you know, last pick, we actually lost to a Katarina support because my first pick didn't know what he was doing in jungle. Now I think he might have been a boosted account or something like that, but it just truthfully saddens me, because I want to be able to put a lot of time in the league. I want to be able to try hard. I want to be able to get into games with people, and both sides of the team, my team and their team, say, fuck yeah, we're all here to try. We all want to do good. And I feel like, and maybe this shouldn't get to me as much as it does, and obviously I tilt too much, and that's probably why I'm in Diamond 3, to be perfectly honest. But I just have such a difficult time grasping the need to fuck yourself over and other people in ranked, and I think something needs to be done. And obviously this is just a huge rant for me, but I feel the need to speak right now. I feel the need to get this off my mind, because again, I wake up every day, try to go into ranked as hard as I can with, you know, nice positive, like, I'm gonna be positive today, like, oh yes, like I'm gonna time dragons, and I'm gonna, you know, it's okay, buddy, it's all right, because, you know, even though you're 1-4, like, we have a late game team comp and all this stuff, and I'll do that for like 3 or 4 games, but on my 3rd or 4th loss in a row with people literally blatantly trolling, like my last game I had a Darius support, and then, you know, I'm like, yo, like, that probably wasn't the best idea. And he's like, yeah, well, get benched. And it's like, well, okay. I can't even speak to you about like trying to like move forward, because your negativity is just pissing me off. You don't even want to win. So now I'm fucking trolling, and it's honestly just this vicious cycle of assholes in ranked that fuck it up for literally everybody else. Because I know even a lot of my friends that I play with, you know, my lower elo friends, they all get the same thing. I watch their games, and, you know, these guys aren't the best players. These aren't, you know, they're not amazing at League of Legends. They're not obviously, you know, pro or anything like that, but, you know, they're going with good mindsets, and they go in to ranked trying to win. And I watch their gameplay, and they usually do pretty good, you know? And it's not their lanes that are failing. It's not them. And it's honestly an injustice to fucking everyone who plays ranked for these people. And I'm not saying anything, I'm not crying about my fucking elo, because honestly, again, I'm saying this, I am Diamond 3 because I tilt, and I fuck myself over. That is the truth. And you know what, if I didn't let trolls get to me, maybe I'd climb higher, but honestly, for a lot of people, for a lot of people, it makes the game unplayable. It makes the game unfun. And I gotta say, League of Legends is probably the thing the most in the world that depresses me, because I cannot log on to League of Legends to play a game for fun, not even to try hard, because there are so many trolls I feel right now that the game is actually, for the most part, not a good experience. It's not a fun experience, and it's not an experience I want to have anymore. And I don't know what should be done. I do know what should be done. You know what? Let's segue into something that's actually worth talking about. Why are we not banning people from just playing ranked? Like, fuck banning people from League of Legends, and fuck banning people for like 700 years, Riot. Just ban them from ranked. Just get them out of ranked. Set the fucking tone that ranked needs to be the place where you try hard. You know why Dota was such a success in Warcraft 3? Because they had all these leagues, like SYN and DXD. These are like West Coast. Or actually, I don't think SYN was West Coast. I can't remember. Anyways, these leagues in Dota, if I fucking disconnected, banned from ranked. I'd have to set an appeal to the forums for this Dota league to get back into, like, oh, sorry, I wasn't trolling, I didn't rage quit, I actually just disconnected. And they would go to an appeal case, and I'd have to be able to, you know, talk to these people and be like, yo, like, plead my case to get back into the league, because it was that try hard. And I crave that. I crave the competitiveness of the old Dota leagues. And obviously, if you shit talked, if you did any racism or anything, you were just gone. There was, nope, you were just gone, no matter what. And you know what? That was the most fun, competitive gaming online aspect I think I've ever had was Dota, and that's why I loved it so much. And back when League was first starting out, the first couple of years, it was like that. Normals, dude. Normals used to be, actually, normals currently are still way more try hard than ranked games. I actually feel like that's a huge problem. Is I think a lot more people who want to take the game seriously and just, you know, actually, you know, play the roles and play for fun and play competitively are actually playing normals. Because when I play with my friends and I play normals, I'm just goofing around. I'm like, my fucking jungle's getting invaded, and I'm like, man, they're at my blue at, you know, 7:15. They're waiting there for me, and I'm getting screwed over. I'm like, I don't see this shit in ranked. Why is this happening in normals? Like, it's like some fucking weird bipolar twist on the game right now, and it's like, it fucking blows my mind that it's even, you know, capable of happening right now. And then I don't know why it got like this. I don't know how we got to this, but if you're a troll, then fuck you. If you go into ranked and you're not prepared to try hard and play the role that you're best at, then fuck you. Get out of ranked. Get out of ranked. I'm so done with this shit. Honestly. so done with these people in ranked. And obviously I'm upset, if you can't already tell. But I don't understand the mindset. Why would you go into the competitive aspect of the game and not try unless you're just a fucking asshole? Like, I guess it's just League of Assholes, because that's what it seems like. Okay, now that I got all that out, I do believe everybody who trolls or does anything banned should just be, you know, banned. Your first offense in ranked, like 3-day ban from ranked or something like that. Maybe 1 day. First time offense, you know, 1 day. Let's say 1 day ban. Second time, let's go 3 days. Next time, a week. Next time, a month. Next time, season. I'm totally down for that. I'd give them like a 4 or 5 strike rule. You know, a few days here, a few days there to set the tone, and honestly move on from there. And that's honestly how I feel about ranked. If you have any of these like little reports or a bunch of them accumulate, it shouldn't even be a second thought. It should just be banned, because then people will know. And I also think another thing is, I read on Reddit, I think about a week ago, about how this mute system, they think people should be muted from communicating and talking to their team. Like, they can still read stuff, but they're unable to talk. I think that's a fantastic way to let people know that they're fucking assholes. I think it's amazing. Like, if I had gone into ranked and you know, if I was tilting really hard or something, and then I got muted, I'd be like, oh, I guess I'm running my mouth maybe a little bit too much. Maybe I should try to be nicer, because this is a pretty clear indication that I'm probably going to get banned. And I think they need to know that. I think they honestly need to know that, you know, Big Brother Riot is, you know, watching over your shoulder, because I don't feel like people are afraid of you, Riot. I feel like people are like they don't care. They're like, Riot's gonna ban me? who cares? Like that's what people think though. That's how they act, and I hate that. It bugs me, because you should be scared of getting ranked. I mean banned, not ranked. You should be scared of this. You shouldn't want to get banned, and people don't care. So please, Riot, drop the hammer on these kids. Shit, I hope I get banned in the future with this change system, so I can maybe shape up my game too and be like, oh shit, maybe I shouldn't be talking so much shit sometimes. You know, maybe I shouldn't go on tilt so hard, because right now it's letting everything get all fucked up and ranked, and it's honestly this big downward spiral fuckfest, and it needs to change. I'm tired of it. I think the community is tired of it, and that's really all I gotta say. So here's my long rant about the woes of ranked, and yeah, that's all I gotta say right now. So peace out.